My online selling journey started in the year 2000. I had recently had my second child, and I spent a lot of time perusing through thrift stores trying to find unique items that I could list on eBay. Well, the social media platforms and the selling platforms have certainly changed a lot in the last 17 years. What once was an online garage sale has now become a very competitive and saturated marketplace. In order for you to compete online, you really have to understand the different nuances and things that go into being found online, as well as ways to promote yourself to get your products in front of the people that would be interested in buying them. My personal product journey started with just random exercise equipment and slowly evolved into doll clothes patterns, repaints, doll shoes and accessories, and a variety of other things related to the fashion doll niche. I've really enjoyed the relationships and friendships that have been built through this business over the last 17 years, and I thank all of you who have followed with me along this journey and supported me along the way. Now, my business initially was very small and I did it part-time as I worked another job, but now I operate out of my house 100% of the time, and this is my full-time job. It is extremely sustainable and profitable, and I've certainly learned a lot along the way. I'm really glad that you guys are here today. I have a couple of quick tips to get you started on your own selling journey, and it's just really 5 Ps. Decide what your purpose is, pick your product, choose your platform, and push list. If you have any questions about the content of this video or would like some more information, more in-depth explanation, please list that in the comment section below. So let's get into it. So the first thing I would say is you need to identify your purpose or your reason for wanting to sell online. A lot of people think it would be great to stay at home, to have a lot of flexibility, etc. But it takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of energy to make yourself motivated to produce a product on a consistent basis that brings in a regular amount of income to your family. It's not a hobby, it's a business. Now, you're more than happy and more than welcome to do it as a hobby. A lot of people do enjoy sewing as a hobby and occasionally maybe sharing those items with other people or occasionally selling them. But if you really, really do want it to be a profitable business, you have to get your mind around the idea that sometimes you gotta sew when you don't even want to. Now, I am happy to say that that's not where I am right now in my business. I've grown it to such an extent and I have such a diverse product collection that I don't really have to sit around and force myself to sew. I love to sew. I love to be on my computer, interacting with my customers, being involved in my Facebook communities. And so for me, it's not work. I absolutely love it. But if you're just starting out, the most important thing to keep in mind is what is your purpose? If your purpose is to make money, then you really need to sit down and evaluate and research what's selling and choose a product. So the number one thing I would recommend for you is choose your product. A lot of people refer to this as choosing your personal niche or niche, whichever way you want to pronounce that word. Now, my niche in this sewing business obviously is related to fashion dolls. I have sewing patterns for 7 to 22 inch fashion dolls. I sell wigs, doll shoes, sewing notions, accessories, just a variety of things. I also bought a small eyelet business off of eBay several years ago, and I sell eyelets as well. So I have a kind of a good product mix that makes it a little bit easier not to constantly have to produce sewn items. I like to focus on sewing what I like. If you're sewing specifically to sell, you may have to sew things that are actually sought after and in demand versus what you'd prefer to sew. But my number one suggestion when choosing a product is don't make it so simple that anyone could make it. You want to somehow make that product specifically your own. So what I would suggest is wherever you like to shop or whatever you like to shop for that comes from the sewing community, look at how people are promoting, listing, and photographing those items, things that look appealing to you, and start getting your mind around if you had a product today to sell, what you would want it to look like, and then start doing it. So the next thing I would do is choose a platform. So once you have a product to sell, you want to make sure you pick a place to sell it. So there's so many options right now, and I wouldn't suggest that you need to become an expert Etsy seller, Amazon seller, or eBay seller. I certainly wouldn't recommend starting your website right off the bat without any existing customer base, but you could sell on Facebook, you could sell on Nextdoor. There's a lot of different opportunities out there that don't require an initial investment, that you really don't have to have any kind of reputation that already exists to promote your product. And so number one being choose the product, number two being choose the platform, and number three being push the button. And when I say push the button, I mean hit that list button or hit that post button. Whatever way you've decided to put that product, that one product out on the market, go ahead and push the post button. The first time you have an opportunity to sell something is really exciting. And then as your business gains momentum, you can start working on some of the framework and the bare bones or foundation of how you want that business to grow forward. The recommendations that I see for people that are trying to start a sewing business or trying to sell something online is everybody wants you to start with a brand. They want to start with a business name. They want you to start with incorporation or an LCC, or they want you to get a business license. And a lot of the things that are available to you to initially do have nothing to do with an organized and structured business. The number one thing I would recommend is pick a product and make the product and list the product and promote the product. Once you do that, you can see if you even like the process. You can see if it's even worth your time and if it's actually what you thought it was going to be. Once your product is listed and you start to doing the promotion, the most easy way to do that is to go through social media channels. Now, when I've started my business, I was really, really leery of social media. I was so afraid that someone was going to try to contact me and I would miss the email and then they would think I wasn't giving good customer service. And so I really kept myself in a small bubble for a long time until later I realized the world was moving on without me and it was time to get on the social media bandwagon. So I do have a Facebook page and I do have a business Facebook page. I am on YouTube, eBay, Etsy, and Amazon. I do have a website also, and I have contacts through those various channels for my customers to get in touch with me. So I would recommend, as I said, product, platform, and push. Play or list. All right. So if you have an idea of something that you want to sell today, maybe you already have something in your home right now that you've made that either you've posted pictures about that people have really liked, or something that you feel really proud of that you think would be successful. I would recommend that you go ahead and get out your phone or your camera, take some really clear, really nice pictures about it, list those pictures for sale, and go ahead and push play. If you do decide you're going to try this out, just a small experiment, just go ahead. Please leave that in the comment section below and let me know where that item is so that I can go and follow you along, and as well as the other readers that will be following along on the YouTube channel. I really believe with this we can support each other and grow our businesses and gain information and ideas and nuggets. I love information that comes in nuggets. You only need one good one from every book, from every video. If there's just one thing that you can take away and improve your own situation, your own business, and your own life, then it was totally worth the time. So thank you guys so much for coming by today. I know this is a little rough and a little bit raw, but as the channel starts to grow and people start putting in the comments things that they'd like to know more about, I would be glad to draw on my experience to help you in any way that I can. So thank you so much for coming by. I look forward to growing this channel with you and growing this community. Hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.